Hey, welcome back, Tanglers. My name is Yehudit Steinberg, certified Zentangle teacher, and I am excited to be back here on day 23 with a brand new pattern that we're going to learn today. And I've been having a ball with this. I started thinking about it, and in just a couple of days, I'm going to know 31 new well, mostly new. I think there's maybe 3 out of the 31 that I knew before and used a lot. But most of these are new to me as well. So it's been really exciting to explore the tangles and to go through the step outs, because I'm going to have a complete set of all of these step outs. And by the way, I have put up a blog. I will put the link in the description to my blog, which has all of these videos in different posts there, but I will also be putting up some pictures of the step out and the little 2x2 drawings that I've done. So it'll be a pretty informative page. And of course, there's other cool things happening in the world of Zen and creativity. We have a beginner's course, a 4-week course, and it's a great course. The testimonials that are coming in are fabulous, and I can't wait to get them up on the website and here. But I have been just focusing on getting these videos out to you. And in November, there'll be a lot of new content. So what we do here is we have 2 parts to our Inktober Tangles 2022. The first part is we create a step out together, 1 line at a time, and we work through it. And so today we're going to be working on Alitos, and it is a rather, I would say this is an easy tangle. This is a beginner's channel. The Inktober Tangles 2022 had a number of patterns in there that were intermediate and a couple of them that were advanced. So if you didn't get them all, don't worry about it. And also check out my step outs here and practice them. And I think you'll get a better handle on it, because the step outs are the way to go. So I did create a beginner's guide, and in that guide, there's all the information you need for this Inktober challenge. Hey, it's not October anymore, and you're listening to the videos, and you want to learn, and you want to be able to get access to the different materials that I use, and the official tangle guide that will send you out a little more in Zentangle world to see what others are doing. And the link is in the description. So go ahead and sign up, and you'll be kept up to date about this channel and Zen and creativity. And we have a lot planned for this fall, winter, and 2023. So you'll want to stay tuned. We're just getting started. So let's get started with actually drawing and not listening to me talking about the future. Let's get into the now and go into the studio and pick up our pens and our paper. If you are working on a step out, you have the step out template, which is in the beginner's guide. Then grab that. I just want before I move this, I just want to take a moment. This is the template you get for the mandala that's in the beginner's guide. And I created this especially for Inktober 2022. And we are going to have a Zoom party for those that have been here working and are on the list. And I will be sending out an announcement of when that is going to happen. It will be sometime in the first week of November. And today I will be filling in this video Alitos, and I think I'm going to put it in either this space or this space. So we will do that in part 2. But now let's get on with the step outs, because we want to learn the pattern. And look, really, there's only all right, it's only some curved lines and a couple of straight lines, and it's a really cool tangle. I think it's going to take some playing with to see some of the real creative edges of this. So let's get started with how we're going to create the basic pattern first before we start putting it on a drawing. So in our step outs, we use I don't know if I would say complementary color, definitely a color that stands out. Typically it's red because we have black ink, but I chose this, I'm calling it hot pink, but I'm sure there's a better name for it. I just don't know what it is at the moment. If you know, hey, put it in the chat. It's a Staedtler Tri Plus fine liner. So I always like to start with a pencil because I'm used to starting with pencils with my frames. And when I do the step outs, what I found is I'm exploring the new tangle. And if I haven't practiced it in my notebook, I want to dive right into the step out, I need to start in pencil, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have to do a little shifting. So we're basically going to start with I would say 2 curved L lines that meet. So it's kind of, that's really the first step. So let's not belabor the issue. It's a quite simple shape. Now we're going to come over to step 2. And in step 2, we're going to add something, but let's draw this shape. It's kind of a rounded rectangular shape. Okay, now we're going to draw the next pattern, the next part of the pattern, and it's almost like a comb. Almost looks like a comb to me. So anyway, I'm going to turn my paper a little bit because I always need to do that. And then afterwards, we will put our name and date here so we don't forget. So this is going to be, and I think this is kind of impromptu, different sizes. It could be different shapes. It could, but basically that is what we do for the second part. So now I'm going to do the third part. This is really a very basic, simple pattern, and it has a lot of ways to embellish or use. I haven't really been able to play around with it too much, and I haven't seen a whole lot of what's going on out there, because a lot of these patterns, there wasn't anything prior to Inktober, and I've been working on other patterns. So there is that first shape, and then we're going to add on the other side another one of these oblong rectangular rounded edges, let's put it that way. I got a gray hair out there, so okay, well, that typically it might be the same, similar size, but who knows when we're finished with this. But now it's time to go down to, I want to open this a little more. And so I really like doing the step outs because I get a chance to practice the tangle a few times, and before I actually put it on a tile that I will be doing. So that and then I have a record, and believe you me, I am not there are a few that I remember all the patterns and all the steps, so it's really good to have a record, a step out. I mean, it's, if you're serious about this art form, then you really do want to have your step out file. And so now really the fourth step in this Alitos is to color in these spaces between, and it becomes, it's an interesting, it's also an interesting block. So I'd really am interested to see what you all come up with, because I would like to see what I saw. One video, I watched one video, but I couldn't find how it related to the pattern, that it was such a variation that I didn't even know how we called it the pattern again, and that if you were to look at it, you may get, you know, really confused. So I like to start with the way it was created. That's how I do my work and all my creativity when I'm looking at being innovative. And yeah, when I'm looking at being innovative, is I want to have like a ground. I want to have where it came from, the roots of it. And then I like to explore ways in which to make changes, but to not and keep the integrity of the framework. That's okay. That's it. Okay, Alitos, day 23. Let's get that down. And the author, I've had people question, so what are these names that are related to these patterns. Well, these are the people that have created the pattern, or have seen the pattern somewhere. Now, I have a friend that just went to on a beautiful trip to Morocco, and she was sending back images, and oh my goodness, there were some really beautiful tile and patterns, and I was like, oh, I'm going to take a look at this and see if there's a pattern that we don't have in Zentangle, and create a pattern out of it. That's a lot of these patterns do come, they didn't just come out of the air. So this is the step out, and this is the way I oops. This is the 2x2. I am going to put something like this into my mandala. So I want to move us into part 2, our mandala, and I like to put this slide up so that I can use this as a timestamp, so that you know that if you just want to watch the mandala, you forward to this slide, and that's what we're on. Here's the mandala template that you get in the beginner's guide. If you haven't already signed up for it, the link is in the description. And if you're watching and it's past the initial challenge, no worries. The beginner's guide is there, and this challenge is here for you to do whenever you feel like it. So day 23, Alitos, the mandala. We're going to hop over into the studio, gather your supplies, and draw along with me, and we will take this party to its next step. So now I have to figure out how to turn this so that I can draw. And I'm left-handed, folks. I don't know if there's any other lefties out there, but and I hope my left-handedness has not impacted you when I show you how to draw. So I'm going to put this Alitos pattern, I'm going to put it in here, and I think I'm just going to I don't know how many of them are going to fit in there, so I'm going to take a look at this for a second with my pencil and play around with it a little bit and see how I would how I might be able to fit this in here. So let me see. Okay, so that's how I think we're going to do it. So I'm going to start with now I still have to figure out how I can move stuff under here with these larger drawings so that it doesn't get blurry. So bear with me if I'm trying to be really conscious of how I move under this camera, but without it blurring or jumping. So that's been a little bit of that's a little learning curve for me. See, I'm learning not only how to draw this pattern, but I'm also learning how to work with the video and have and deliver you beautiful videos that that help you to learn the lesson. Okay, there's one. Then we're going to give it a bit of a like a comb. And then I'm going to come in yeah, there we go. Now, if I was coming in with a contrasting color, I think I'm going to do black. I think I am going to do, I have like, here we go. I have these, maybe too big. I think it's too big. Let me try another one. I'm going to do a video in November on the supplies, but I'm going to do one specifically on pens and pencils. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer, put it in the chat. If you have a topic that you want me to talk about in November, especially if you're a beginner and you have some questions, put it in the comments below, because I'm creating a list of comments, of questions, so that I can address them for you. This channel is here to help you as a beginner get started. Now, I am going to mention that I have a great 4-week beginners class. So if you're new to Zentangle and you've been wandering around and with the internet and and you can't get your questions answered and you're not quite sure what even Zentangle is, you come to the class and we go over all of that. So after the 4 weeks, you can go back and watch the videos and it'll make more sense for you. So I do suggest that that you take that class if you're serious about your Zentangle art form. I'm a long time curriculum planner of arts and arts education and all of that. And I have fabulous testimonials that I can hardly believe, but it's true. People are loving the class, and those will be in the description here and on my website, which the link to my website is, I believe it's in the browser, in your YouTube, in the channel. If you go to my channel, on the right side, it says Yehudit Steinberg, I think. And that takes you to my website. So there's, it's going to be more things happening over there too. So I'm just about, well, I'm just playing with this. I'm just kind of improvising. Okay, so we put that across. I think I might start here with another one. This has a really cool tribal look to it. That's what I think is kind of interesting. Okay. And it's so easy to learn this, and it's a lot of fun to play with it. it give you a lot of time just to relax and not have to tussle with how do I do this and make it look good, because really Zentangle is more about the process of being able to relax and get into the Zen flow. It wasn't about how great, precision wise you could draw a pattern. And so don't fall into that little rabbit hole. During COVID, I did this every day. And I just was doing it. And until people started coming by and saying, oh my God, that's really amazing. Oh, I love what you do. So, oh, we've got a part up here. Let's see, I'm following the kind of the line. And when I do that, then the perspective seems to just fall into place. That's one of the things I love about this method. And you get that by turning so you're always in the right direction instead of trying to draw, backwards or your hand all. You just want to keep your hand in the same place. Ooh. So we actually did draw it in here. And this is super easy. Now, I think what I might do, because I've been adding gold in different areas, but I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to add it right now. I'm going to let it stew a little bit, but there are a couple of embellishments that I'll show you before we go. I'm going to do an aura inside of each of these. Give it a little bit of dimension. And then I could really, if I wanted to, I could play with shading inside of this. But it's interesting because when you have to produce every day a different video or a piece of artwork, if you're doing the challenge, some people, what they're doing with the challenge is they're drawing a piece of artwork a day. So that's a lot of, that's a lot of commitment. But what it does do, and the reason we have these challenges is it gets you into the habit. And if you give yourself at least 15 minutes a day, I like the morning, you may like the evening. It's up to you. Could be the middle of the day. But 15 minutes a day to sit, relax, and do something that's creative and something that you really enjoy doing. Of course, you want to enjoy doing this if you want to take it on. It's not for everybody, but if it's for some people, they're just like, oh my God, I can't wait. So there we are. I'm going to send you on your way to go look at what some of the other artists have been doing with the pattern Alito. And we're getting there. I'm going to turn this slowly and hope that it doesn't do any kind of weird thing on the video. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. So that's what we did today. We did Alito, and I put it in over here. I'm going to add some shading and some gold, but I'm not quite sure, exactly how I'm going to add a little bit of color to that. So I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson. I've really enjoyed sharing it with you. And what do we have for tomorrow? We're going to do halabah. And halabah is the second tangle pattern that we teach, that that Zentangle certified teachers teach, because in halabah we learn how to go under and over. And I love the way this halabah came out. I've never done one in a triangle before, and I just love how it came out. So stay tuned and come back. Sign up for the email and the beginner's guide, and you'll get an email when this goes live. The link is in the description. Oh, and don't forget don't forget to, if you're enjoying this channel, if you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications when I put up new videos. I'm on YouTube has different benchmarks, and I just launched this channel 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm just amazed at how it's growing. And I want to thank you all so much who have subscribed, who have opted in, and I really appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you like the material that we're doing here, then hit the subscribe button, because I'm just not that far away from getting the first 100 subscribers, and they give me the ability to have a custom link to my YouTube channel. Right now it's this ugly long thing that you would never be able to copy. You want to be able, and so I want to be able to make the link something that's easy for you to remember, so you can come to my channel. So if it's in your heart to hit the subscribe, I totally appreciate that. If not, I just really thank you for coming and watching this video. And I'll see you on the next one, which will be halabah. That's going to be a lot of fun, because that halabah that I do on my mandala is going to be a lot different than a lot of halabah that you will see wandering around the internet. I know, because I've been wandering around looking at it. So that's it for today. Talk to you later. See you again. Bye-bye.